Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're taking a look at Besiege. Now this is an early access game. It's about $7 on Steam, I think that's the price. $7 or $8, it's not too expensive anyway. And it's basically a physics-based game where you build siege engines. It's really cool. It's really addictive. I meant to record this like 2 hours ago, and instead I've just been building different things, which I didn't quite mean to do, but anyway. So you can see this is our main menu here. We've actually got a number of playable areas, well, areas that will be playable in the future, I think is a better way of putting it. And we can move around. We've got a sandbox here. We've got all these under construction areas. There's the moon here as well, which is under construction. So this is all, I mean, this is early access, so a lot of this stuff is content to come, basically. It still needs to be made, really. So, but let's click on Epsilon. So this is kind of our first continent sort of thing. You got 15 different areas to do various things in, like different objectives and that sort of thing. I haven't actually completed all of these. I've got, how many do I have to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, because I haven't finished this one either. So I've got 4 more to go. I mean, once you've got your head around the game, and if you build a reasonable, like decent quality siege engine, you can actually finish all of these fairly quickly. I think I've seen videos of people doing it in about half an hour or something like that, but I mean, there's some really skilled people out there building some pretty incredible machines with this game. I'm definitely not one of those people. But let's check out what we can do. So let's go to this battlefield, and oh, that's not actually the one that I wanted to do. You can see this is one of my engines here. It's my attempt at building some sort of catapult. It doesn't really work very well, or at all, but it's still cool. I might as well, I'll give it a demonstration, even though this isn't the best map to do it on. The goal of this map is to just basically drive over to this point here, but there's also these are explosives, so if I drive into those I'll explode basically. And also this this weapon doesn't actually have any steering capabilities at the moment, because I didn't actually build that into it because I'm not very smart. But I mean, so you can see I've got all these different springs here. So the idea is that I can track the springs, and this is on a hinge, which is down here. So this goes kind of flying forwards and launches this bomb. You'll see what actually happens. I'll reduce the speed as well down to say 10%. But you'll see what happens when I launch this. No, that hasn't gone well. That hasn't worked at all. My catapult is not a very good catapult, basically. I could also fire my cannons. I've got 5 cannons on it. So there we go, 1 shot each. Oh, and we hit that explosive as well. Probably detonated a few sheep along the way. Oh, we had another one. Cannonball still going. Still going. How far can they go? Alright, well anyway, that's a bit of a sidetrack. Let's actually go to a different level, if I can. There's one specific one that I'm trying to find. You basically, yeah, the Queen's Fodder. That's it. You just got a bunch of enemies that keep charging at you, and I guess we'll see the cannons in work here. Basically, the objective for this level is to kill 90% of everybody. This isn't the best weapon or the best engine for this map, but I do have a couple of others that I can load in. But anyway, let's see how this one goes. So I'll start off. Oh shit, we're still at 100%. That was a mistake. Let me reduce that down. You're often far better off playing it at a slow speed, I think. The physics seems to be a lot more controllable at the slower speeds, so I mean, there are sometimes some weird physics glitches and that sort of thing, which is to be expected in an early access game, I think. So let's pop off these cannons. Oh, it's brutal. Damn, that worked really well. Okay, you can see these guys are launching arrows at me as well. What I could actually do is let these guys get all around me, and then I'll use my failed catapult to basically blow itself up, and that might take some of them out as well. So let's let these guys get a bit closer, and then I'll trigger my springs. And I want this pack to get a bit closer as well. I could just drive forward and crush a few of them as well, because I can drive forwards and backwards, I just don't actually have any steering. So there we go, that worked. Okay, let's do this. And, oh, so now it launches semi-properly. It's actually going to come up and straight back down onto me. So again, it's the catapult that can't actually catapult, basically. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Big bang. I love this game. It's so ridiculous. Just get bodies flying everywhere. And yeah, my catapult is basically destroyed. I can keep contracting the springs, but you can see it's basically most of the building blocks are made out of wood. And so once they catch fire, it all goes wrong pretty quickly. Basically all we've got left is ashes and my reinforcing struts. But well, okay, so that's my failed catapult. Let's open up something else. I could do the Crushinator or the Stabbinator. I should save my Throwinator as well. Hold on, let me save this. This is Throwinator Mark II. Beautiful. This was an early version of it down here. Okay, so what are we going to load? Let's load the Crushinator Mark III. Okay, there we go. Now this is a real man's siege engine. These are all flamethrowers. These are spinning wheels of like saw blades of death. And yeah, it's just a fun time for the whole family, basically. And I need to remember what my controls are, because I did bind things to a few different things. That's L, which is the default. And I also have springs around the front, which are on a different one. No, they're not. That's interesting. Oh, that's right, I have this spinny thing that actually winds it back for me. That's right. And these are Y. Okay, so I'll just press L, I guess. Let me rebind these to something else, actually. Just rebind these to K. A little bit fiddly. This, but there we go. Okay. So, let's see how this one goes. So let me, you can see I've got this spinny thing with my springs attached to it, so it actually winds it back automatically, which is pretty cool. I'm not going to trigger my flamethrowers straight away, because that's basically a recipe for instant death. Let's just pull that back a little bit faster. There we go. Okay. I forgot I don't actually have anything that locks it into place, so I guess if I just kind of hold it down, maybe that'll work. Okay, so these guys up front are getting pretty close, so let's trigger this. Oh, it hasn't worked, it's broken, it's all gone wrong. Oh, I'm such a bad siege engineer. Okay, are my flamethrowers still on there? Yes, they are. Let's see if I can oh no, I can't do that. I set the wheels up with different controls. I think I've set myself on fire now because I can't actually reverse. Rookie error. Let's drive forwards then. If we can't go backwards, we'll go through them and we'll let the spinny death wheels do their thing. Oh, it's beautiful. I'm not sure that's the right word. It's something. Look at these little fellas. Oh. Yeah, my Crushinator has fallen apart. It's no longer in one piece for Crushinator. Well, let's give that another go, shall we? And I'll try to use it a bit better this time. So this time I'll just drive straight forwards, and once I get a bit closer, I'll trigger the front springs, and hopefully it'll actually work better this time. And we'll also just run over some of these guys. Okay, so let's trigger this. There we go, that's more like it. And if the mechanism hasn't broken, it will actually wind itself back, and then I can trigger it again. So, I mean, having all these flamethrowers across the front is actually probably preventing it from working at maximum efficiency, but let's Crushionate again. And, oh, yes, that sort of worked a little bit. Pull it back a little bit. Oh no! No! Oh, now I can't pull it back anymore. Oh, the Crushinator, it's falling apart. Crushinator, no! Okay, let's flamethrow these guys. Just final insult to injury. And I'll start spinning it a little bit as well so that these blades can get a bit of the action. Away he goes! Oh, I love this game. Okay, it's the Crushinator has seen better days, but it is still Crushinating. Oh god. I guess there's some explosives over there. Okay. Oh, there's another one there too. Right. Away he goes. Okay, well that's about it for the Crushinator. I think there's not much left of him. All right, let's check out the final one that I've already got built, which is the Stabbin ADA Mark II. Let's load this up. This is a really basic one. It's basically you can track it down this way. This grabber kind of just grabs onto this thing with a spike on the end of it, and then you pull it forwards. And I just tabbed out of my window by accident. Yeah, so let me again check what my keys were. So that is V, K, L, good stuff, and I've got cannons as well. And this one I've actually got steering hinges on it, so I can actually steer the thing. But anyway, so let's pull this back, not too much force if possible. There we go, so that's locked into place. Fire off my cannons because I can. And it will drive forwards a little bit as well. Crush some of these guys in the process. And if I can, I actually want to try and stab one of these archers with my big pointy metal spike. So I'm not sure how close I have to be to do that though, which is the only problem. And again, it's really easy to mouse out of the window. Oh god, what's happening? Ah! Oh no, why are you falling apart? Don't do that. That's not what I want. Okay, well, we've lost our front wheels, but we do still have back wheels and middle wheels. So we can try to carry on. Oh, hello. How are you doing? It doesn't look like we can carry on. Let's go for the stab then. So what was it? It was V and L. Oh god, no, it hasn't worked. Oh, Stabbin ADA. Stabbin ADA, why? Oh, it's still got some crushing kills. Okay, let's try that again. My engineering skills, as you can see, maybe not the greatest. I think that's probably fair to say. So let's wind this back, and we're not gonna screw around this time. We're just gonna go for the spike kill. We'll drive forwards, and then I'll hit V there. Oh, and away he goes. Come on, Stabbin ADA. Oh, yes, we got a stab. Stabbin ADA has stabbed. Let's fire the cannons as well. Oof. Oh. And I should be able to pull back. Oh no, maybe not. I think the hinge might have broken. Yeah, it looks like the hinge is broken, but I might still be able to go for another stab. That might have been a mistake. Where did that cannon go? It's there it is up there. You can actually middle click to track objects as they fly, but I don't think I can get onto that. No, it's not working. Well, Stabbin ADA has seen better days, I think. But that's yeah, well, that's how the combat looks anyway. So that's probably the second part of how this game works. The first part is actually building the machine, and I've kind of done this completely out of order. But anyway, I'm just going to spend a really short amount of time talking about building them. Building can take a long time, but basically you've got these different blocks. So you got kind of basic building blocks, you got wooden blocks or larger wooden blocks. There's also some armor blocks, which I haven't really used, but they are, well, as the name would imply, they just protect your they protect you a little bit. You also got these powered blocks, so that's like your wheels and that sort of thing, and the steering hinge. If you want to use it, if you want to steer, you can put the hinge there, and then you put a wheel on the hinge, and that's how you steer. So there's all sorts of blocks. These are the springs that I was using. Grabber, and then we got our weapons. So you got like a big spike ball or a metal blade, which I can't fit on because onto the thing. We got our metal spikes as well, which is wonderful. You got cannons, flamethrowers. Everybody loves a good flamethrower. All sorts of good stuff. And it looks like it really doesn't want you attaching things to the armor, although you can kind of manage it, I guess. I don't really use the armor anyway. That's probably because I'm a scrub though. There's also, you can do flight apparently. I've got no idea how any of this works. I mean I just kind of bolt things together and see what happens. Basically that's my way of playing this game. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's and some people, I mean, you check out some videos on YouTube, people have built just amazing things with this selection of blocks, of like different building components. It's crazy the sort of things that people are coming up with. So this is the best part of physics sandbox games really, it's just seeing what happens when you do different things. So yeah, it's really cool. But yeah, so I think I'll end this one here. Actually, let me check out the old Crushinator again. This was the first thing that I built actually was the Crushinator, or at least I say that it's the first thing that sort of worked a little bit. Maybe if I put it on the ground properly, that might be better. Good old Crushinator. I do love how it actually does wind this back. I mean, I could spend a bit of time fixing things up on this now that I've learnt a few things. And what is that plow doing on the side? That's probably some sort of mistake. But yeah. So this was the very first one that I built. So there's definitely some things I could improve on now that I've played the game a little bit more. But it's still pretty cool. Let's get one more crush out of the way. It would have helped if I'd hit the right button. Come on. It's taking its own sweet time. No. Oh, I think, you know what happens? Because I didn't save it last time, I've got the springs at the back and the springs at the front all bound to the same key. So it's basically just not working at all. But let's give them a bit of flame. There we go. Well, I mean, I could play this game for hours, just sitting here doing this, really. There's just something about it, it's just got that addictive sort of quality. But I think I'll end this one here. So, this is Besiege. Definitely check it out. It's on Steam, it's not very expensive, and it's a lot of fun. So yeah, until next time, I've been Vornskyr, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.